Amid the signing of a U.S.-Iran agreement, Tehran has revealed details of what it describes as a daring military operation that allegedly caught American defenses off guard and struck a strategic U.S. base in Kuwait. Iranian pilots claim they flew aging F-5 fighter jets at extremely low altitudes, reportedly descending below 50 feet, to evade radar systems and carry out a precision strike on the American military facility. According to Iranian accounts, the decades-old F-5 aircraft managed to penetrate heavily monitored airspace, avoid advanced surveillance systems, and target what Tehran describes as a highly strategic U.S. installation. The operation has raised questions over Iran's claims that it breached a layered American defense network, though the United States has not acknowledged the account of its military shield being defeated. On June 17th, Iran's Air Force claimed that it had carried out a major attack on a U.S. military base in Kuwait during the height of the conflict in March. Iranian state television aired a rare interview with the commander and crew members who claimed to have participated in the operation against Camp Buehring. According to Tehran, Iranian F-5 fighter jets carried out a precision strike on the American military facility located inside Kuwait. Reports said the Camp Buehring attack was launched during the peak of the U.S. and Israeli military offensive against Iran. During the televised interview, an Iranian commander and 2 crew members revealed details about the planning and execution of the alleged mission. Tehran presented the airstrike as part of its broader military response to actions carried out by the United States and Israel during the conflict. The Iranian military claimed that decades-old F-5 fighter jets were chosen to carry out the strike on the strategic American facility. Iran said the operation relied on a dangerous low-altitude penetration strategy designed to avoid radar detection and bypass enemy defenses. According to Iranian claims, the Camp Buehring mission was executed despite the presence of a sophisticated and layered U.S. air defense network. Iranian reports claimed that Patriot missile systems, AWACS surveillance aircraft, and fighter jets failed to stop or intercept the operation. Press TV reported that the Iranian aircraft flew extremely close to the ground, remaining below radar coverage as they approached their target. The Iranian pilots claimed the entire operation lasted around 50 minutes, after which the aircraft successfully returned from the mission. An Iranian Air Force commander told the state TV, and I quote, "We immediately wanted to carry out a retaliatory operation. Camp Buehring is a highly strategic base with one of the highest troop concentrations and capacities." 3 pilots in 2 F-5 fighter jets reportedly flew in tight formation. "We were practically skimming the ground. We would even pass beneath the power line. The training standard is about 500 feet, but we were flying below 50 feet. We passed between 2 vessels so low that their decks were higher than us. The sailors had to come down and look over the railings just to see us pass beneath them. We had to fly directly over the target. As soon as we reached the base, we carried out a heavy bombing. 3 enemy F-15 aircraft were mistakenly engaged and destroyed simultaneously. After the bombing, we carried out a deception maneuver. They were unable to track or intercept us. All 3 members safely returned to the Iranian airspace and proceeded to a designated follow-on base." Press TV claimed the Iranian F-5 crews maintained complete radio silence throughout the operation in order to preserve stealth and avoid revealing their position. The mission was allegedly carried out despite the presence of extensive U.S. air defense systems, surveillance aircraft, and continuous military monitoring in the region. U.S. President Donald Trump defended his decision to allow Iran to retain part of its ballistic missile arsenal. He said the United States is not aiming to remove every missile from Iran's military stockpile. Trump stated that Iran will keep some missiles, despite ongoing U.S. concerns about its military program. He added that discussions around Iran's capabilities are still ongoing. He also claimed that Iran has fewer missiles compared to other countries. Trump further said that about 84 to 85% of its missile capability has already been knocked out. He said the remaining missiles are likely stored underground. According to him, this makes them difficult for Iran to access or use quickly.
Having ballistic missiles. Can you elaborate on that? I want to make sure we understand it.
No, I'm saying that if other countries have them, it's a little bit unfair for them not to have some. A ballistic missile is not the same thing as what we're talking about when we talk nuclear. But if Saudi Arabia and Qatar, and they all have some. I would say in relative proportion, I think it's okay. That's what I mean.
One of the goals of Epic Fury, you said going into it, was to destroy Iran's ballistic missiles and its capabilities to build more.
Yeah.
Why is it acceptable to you now that they keep some of that capability? And Iran is...
What are they keeping? What are they keeping? They have less than other nations now. We knocked out probably 84, 85% of their missiles. The rest of them are underground. They can't even get them out. You know, the other night's raid, I think it was on the first night, we knocked out hundreds of their missiles. Actually, by mistake, we were hitting an area, and you can sort of see when the bombs are going off, and then you see one that looks like, wow, what happened? A lot of missiles knocked out. No, but what are you going to do? Let's spend another 2 weeks and give them none. They don't want to be firing missiles right now. They're going to have a hard time rebuilding.
Earlier, War Secretary Pete Hegseth said that Iran's missile production has been functionally defeated, suggesting that its ability to build new missiles has been severely weakened. Hegseth said that Iranian missile factories and companies were destroyed during U.S. and Israeli strikes, calling it a significant blow to Iran's military production network. Intelligence reports, however, say that Iran may still hold around 70% of its pre-war missile stockpile, indicating that a large portion of its arsenal remains intact. The stockpile is reported to include both ballistic and cruise missiles, which are still functional or can be relocated to different sites. Iran has also made its stance clear on its missile program, stating that it is non-negotiable in any diplomatic discussions. Iran's foreign ministry spokesperson Ismail Baghai said that missiles are only for firing and not for negotiation, reinforcing Iran's position on the issue.